Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. This is my YouTube channel, Just Count Me in Yoga, and my name is Sari Stone. I'm a holistic life coach, a tutor, and a yoga teacher. My students have been asking me for quite some time to post my classes, and so here's the first batch. These actually were pre-recorded during the COVID times. I recorded them for my job, but I will be recording starting in January 2 live classes a month, possibly more. And if you like these, please like, subscribe, share. Follow me on Instagram at SariStone2025 and come check out my podcast, Just Count Me In, about living your best life. And that also starts January 29th, 2025. I hope you enjoy your practice. Let's get into it. Namaste. For this class, you'll need traction, so you'll need a mat. I suggest a strap. You can also use a towel or a little necktie for this. And as always, a block or whatever you need to post yourself up on. So let's begin. Let's go ahead and start in a standing position with your hands at your heart center. Get some music. Here we go. You're going to sweep your arms up on an inhale. Exhale your hands to heart center. Forward fold is your exhale. Center yourself down, pressing the palms together, tipping forward. Inhale, come up to a halfway lift. And then exhale, pick up your heels, come all the way down to seed pose, seed pose. We'll start out a little differently this time. Give yourself a big hug for coming to yoga. Tuck the chin, breath in, and the breath out. Breathing into the space between the shoulder blades. Inhale, drop the heels. Exhale, forward fold. Now let's come to a rag doll. So tipping forward, hands are inside the elbows, going a little side to side. A little sway, just creating space in the spine. Inhale brings you up to a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold, bow over yourself. Now bend your knees, reverse swan dive, bring yourself all the way up to Tadasana. And exhale to a back bend. Straighten your arms on an inhale. Swan dive down on the exhale, tipping forward, heels are slightly lifted. Inhale brings you up halfway, you go on the left leg back. Exhale, come down, right leg lunge. Base up in your left hand, twist it open to the right on the inhale. Back bend is your exhale. Close it up on the inhale, drop that left knee and extend your right leg out. Ardha Hanuman. Windshield wiper the leg, getting a little opening through the hamstring. Now you should not feel this behind the knee at all. You should feel it behind the thigh. We don't want to pull at any tendons here or ligaments. Breath in, just lengthening. And breath out, bow over. Now bring your right leg down, come up to right leg lunge. Step back to plank pose. And then your choice of lowering down to a count of 5 or 5 push-ups. I'm feeling like I have a lot of energy today, so I'm going to say 5, 4, or you can lower down, 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way down to your stomach. Pick up each leg, lengthen it about an inch behind you. Place the pinky toes side down. Press your fingertips into the mat. Loop up and back. Low cobra. Exhale, lower down. Loop up and back. Bring it a little bit higher. And exhale, lower. Stretching out through the front of the body. Highest cobra. Lots of weight in the hands. Prepping for eventual up dog. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, pass up through tabletop or plank pose. And then push back to downward facing dog. Downward dog, zip up your leg on the inhale. Jump to the space between your hands on the exhale. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Step your right leg back. Left leg is forward. You're in left leg lunge. Plant your right hand down, left arm up on the inhale. Exhale to a back bend. Close it up. Drop your left knee. Extend your right knee. Extend your left leg out. You can drop your left knee too. Go a little side to side. Windshield way, bring that leg. Digging that heel in and pressing down, feeling the opening in the belly of the thigh. So breath here, big breath out. Crawl over that left leg on the inhale, push back to plank on the exhale. Lower yourself down, pass through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, don't circle the feet. Roll over the toes, downward facing dog, downward facing dog. So pedal your legs, take a big breath in, breath out, jump to the space between your hands. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, reverse swan dive, bring it all the way up. Exhale, back or side bend over. So step the left leg behind, give a little pull in the right arm. I like this one. And then come back up to center. Give a little pull on the wrist, right leg behind. Breath. And breath out. Occupy your space. Breath in. Let the mind go and focus on the body for right now. It's impossible to ignore your mind. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. But it is possible to focus on your body more. Bend your knees. Come all the way up to Tadasana. Exhale, hands at your heart center. Forward fold. Dive down. Inhale brings you up halfway. Exhale, jump or step back to plank pose. Chaturanga through. Upward facing dog. Glide through wide bright collarbones. Exhale the breath. Downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. So breath in. Zip up your legs. Jump to the space between your hands on the exhale. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, reverse swan dive, and come all the way up to Tadasana. Now we're going to do something a little bit different for Utkatasana today. So we're going to sit back into the heels, feet are hip width apart, and then get your left leg out, dig the heel in, sit your right hip back, and reach with your arms. A little quicker way to get into the hamstring openings. Breath in, and breath out. Inhale brings you back up. Regular Utkatasana, sitting back. It's got to be awkward and intense or you're not doing it right. Breath out. Now right leg goes out, heel, base up, and sit back. Feel that intense opening. You're in for 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and release. Come all the way up to Tadasana. Interlace your hands, press them up toward the ceiling, and then bend your elbows. Gentle back bend. Breath in and breath out. Swan dive down, all the way down. Inhale, come up halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, reverse swan dive, bring it up, Utkatasana. This time pick up your left leg. Interlace your hands under the belly of the thigh and just let the thigh go. Take some of that tension out of your neck. So you're going to have a different transition here. We're not going to airplane. You're going to step back to warrior 1. So breath in, arms up, and then breath out. Step it back, warrior 1, airplane arms. Sweep the arms up on an inhale. Back bend is your exhale. Arms together, palms press. Stay deep into that right leg. Back bend open. Now interlace your hands behind your back, maintaining that length. Breath in, arch, and then breath out. Go down nice and slowly, bringing the right hip back, left hip forward. Breath, release. Sweep the arms up on an inhale. Plant your hands on the exhale. Inhale to plank. Exhale to chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. Step the feet together on the inhale. Jump to the space between your hands on the exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, flat back. Bend the knees. Inhale, come up to Utkatasana. Pick up your right leg. Interlace your hands underneath that thigh. Let it go. Breath in. Woo, balance a little tricky today. And then exhale, step it back. Warrior one with airplane arms. Sweep your arms and come up to warrior one. Exhale, bend your elbows. Bring that right hip forward, left hip back. Straighten the arms on the inhale. And then exhale the air. Interlace your hands behind your back and reach. Reach with the crown of your head. Release the hands, sweep it all the way up. Weighting heavily in that right leg. Exhale, plant your hands. Come back to plank pose. Pass through chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Pedal your legs here. Now sweep your right leg up on an inhale. Exhale, bend the knees, stack the hips. Get some type of an opening here. You can circle the knee, you can pump the leg, but your left heel needs to stay behind your left toe, the grounded foot. Knee to nose is your inhale. Exhale, step it up. Reach through, and then knee to nose, step up to right leg lunge. One legged halfway lift, left leg reaches. All the weight is in that right leg. You can even try to float your fingers. Breath here and breath out. 2 feet together, forward fold. Now, separate your feet at least hip width apart. At least 2 fists. Interlace your hands behind your back. Base up in your right leg and look to your right. All that weight is in the right knee. Now, flex your quadricep on the right side. Feel a greater opening through the hamstrings. Float your left heel. Flex, flex, flex. You're in for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come up halfway. And exhale, interlace your hands at the webbing. Switch your grip. Knuckles are skyward first and then towards the camera, towards the front. Weight is in the left leg. Base up, interlace. Float your right heel, look over to the left. I'm flexing my quadricep to get a greater opening in the hamstring on the left leg. Breath in, breath out, release. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, down to seat pose. Inhale, come all the way up to Tadasana. Exhale, Utkatasana. Pick up your right leg on the inhale. Step it back. Warrior one, airplane arms on the exhale. Sweep the arms and come up. And then exhale to a back bend. Interlace your hands behind your back. Arch the heart. And lead with the crown of the head. Get a long line from the tailbone through the crown of the head. Sweep your arms and come up one more time. And now from here, we're going to come to one more back bend with your hands pressing again, except we're going to separate the elbows. And a little massage at the base of the skull with your thumbs. Taking a little tension out of your neck. We could all use that. Breath in. Not too many massages been happening in the last few months. Breath out. Unless you're lucky enough to live with a masseuse. Plant your hands down and step back, plank pose. Chaturanga through. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Come on to the toes on the inhale. Jumper step to the space between your hands on the exhale. Inhale brings you up to Utkatasana. Exhale the air, deepen. Airplane arms. Pick up the left leg on the inhale. Step it back, warrior one, airplane arms, exhale. Inhale, sweep your arms up, listen here. Exhale, change of plans, warrior two. Warrior two is open it up. Now staying committed to this lunge, reverse your warrior on the inhale, and then extended side angle. So chance to have that strap handy, and you might want to take a bind here, or you might not for extended side angle. You just kind of pass it through to yourself, like please pass the strap, and then get a little bind here. As long as you roll your chest up. Big inhale, maybe your fingers touch, maybe they don't. Breath out. Now release the strap and come up to star on the inhale. And Praserada is your exhale. So toes are wide, I'm gonna turn around. So I'm facing you. Feet are parallel. I'm walking the hands forward here. So lately I've been practicing with one that my teacher actually showed me, where my heels are coming off, and then I lower them, and then keeping as much tip forward as I can, I'm taking the weight out of my hands and putting my hands out without tipping back. Squeezing my thighs like nobody's business. Big breath, breath out. Bend your knees, come all the way up. Star pose is your inhale. Warrior two, right leg forward. Cartwheel the arms down, chaturanga down, exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, bringing it on. Feet together on the inhale. Jump to the space between your hands on the exhale. Inhale, come up, Utkatasana. Pick up your, airplane arms as your exhale. Pick your right leg up on the inhale and step it back. Warrior one on the exhale, airplane arms. Sweep your arms up to warrior one. Open it up to warrior two. Staying committed to that lunge, reverse your warrior, and then extended side angle, glide out over. And you can be down on the hip, you can take the bind. You don't have to take the bind on this side just because you took it on the other side. If you choose to, you can. This is totally your call. I'm gonna skip it on this side. But if I was going for it, I would pass the strap between my two hands. So breath out. Inhale, come up to star. Skandasana to your right. Skandasana to the left. Skandasana to the right. Stay in that right leg. Come to right leg lunge. Step it back to plank pose. Bend your elbows, come all the way up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Feet together on the inhale. Exhale, zip up, jump. Come up halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up, Utkatasana. And exhale, figure four. Left leg floats first. So left leg figure four, and your choice here. You can press your hand into a block, your other hand into the foot. Go as low as you want to go. Just get your hip opening here. So one breath in, long neck, breath out. One more inhale, and then a deep exhale. Release, bring your hands up together on the inhale. Forward fold is your exhale. Inhale brings you up, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, reverse swan dive, come all the way up to Tadasana. Exhale, Utkatasana with airplane arms. Inhale, pick up your right leg, and exhale, figure four on this side. Figure four on this side. Here you go. Just pressing the hands together, feeling a bigger opening through the legs. You choose. Take residence in your body, not your thinking. Take residence in your body. Breath in, breath out. Release and come back up. Tadasana is your inhale. Exhale to a back bend. Straighten the arms on the inhale. Press the palms flow low on your exhale. One breath in, halfway. Exhale, come back to chaturanga. Skip any of these that you want if you feel like they're too much for your shoulders. Inhale to upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. So zip up your legs here in the inhale. And exhale, jump to the space between your hands. Come up, Utkatasana. Exhale, airplane arms. Pick up your left leg on the inhale. Step it back, warrior one, airplane arms, exhale. Open it up, warrior two in the inhale. Exhale, extended side angle, go deep. A little bit deeper this time. Maybe the bind, maybe not. So from here, we're gonna glide out to triangle pose. Just lengthening that leg. Now if you want to try the bind, this can be kind of like a little bit formidable depending on how warmed up you are. Remember, the bind is not at the crotch, the bind is at the knee. Pressing down into the ball mound of your right foot. Maybe your fingers touch, maybe they don't. So breath here, breath out, twisting the chest open, letting the head go. Now from here, we're gonna come to half moon. So bending into it, you can come to bound half moon if you want to play with this pose. It's not one that I normally do in a 1 hour class, but we can try. So breath here, and breath out. Woo, there you go. Or any form of half moon that you want. Regular half moon. You can get a little Tapasana. Tapasana is a great mood booster for me if I can do it. Breath. Breath out. And then land in warrior two. Cartwheel the arms down. Sweep the right leg up on the inhale. Fallen triangle is your exhale. Pull it through knee to nose, cross it underneath. Land down. Pick your left arm up. So breath here and breath out. Close it up. Sweep your right leg up again. And bend the knees, stack the hip. This time, maybe wild thing, maybe flip dog, your choice. You can be on the outside edge of that left foot, flat on your right foot. Reach up. And then close it up on the exhale. Push back to downward dog. Now take your feet. Feel like I'm pushing on the outside. If I was standing on the outside of your feet with my feet on the outside of your pinky toes, push my feet apart. Breath here and breath out. Jump or step to the space between your hands. Inhale, come up, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up, Utkatasana. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, pick up your right leg. Exhale, warrior one with airplane arms. Inhale, sweep it open to warrior two. Exhale, land it. Now inhale here, reverse. We missed that on the other side, and that's okay. We'll do an extra one. Exhale, extended side angle. And straighten-ish that left leg. Now if you want to take the bind again on this side, you can. You don't have to. Gliding out. You can also base up in a block. So take a long breath in. Look any direction you want. Maybe challenge yourself by looking a different way. Sometimes if I change up the pose by switching my gaze, it throws me off for a second, which is what we want. We want to make those neural connections so that you don't do this on autopilot. Breath in, and then breath out. Now launch in to half moon. So your choice. If you have the bind, you go for it if you want to try that. If not, launch into any version of half moon that you want. I'm just going to go for the vanilla version on this side. Maybe you're going to take Tapasana. Maybe you're going to try cartwheel. You choose. Breath and breath out. Bend the knee, land softly, warrior two. Cartwheel your arms down. Sweep that left leg up this time. And bend the knees, stack the hips. Stack it, stack it, stack it. Really get that extra opening. Straighten the leg on the inhale. And knee to right tricep. Cross it under on the exhale. Engaging that core. Feel your abs here. Extend the leg out. You're on the outside edge of the left foot. Sweep your right arm up. So breath here. Breath out. One more. And now close it up. Sweep that right leg up on the inhale. Step it through, or left leg up. Step it through, left leg lunge. right foot meets the left. Come up halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Reverse swan dive, come all the way up on the inhale. And then exhale, hands at your heart center. Hands at heart center. Sweep your arms up again. Dancer pose, you're on the right leg first. So keep that left knee bent, keep it as close as you can. Breath in and breath out. So let's give it a little kick, and nice and warm, and a little reach. Maybe you just stay here. Or maybe you kick and reach until that leg disappears. Some of you might go to the floor. Kick and open. Find your edge. You're in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Bring your hands up on the inhale. Press the palms on the exhale. Dancer on the other side. Right palm comes out. Left arm reaches. You're on the left leg. Stay here. Find your balance. Look at something that's not moving and grab the inside of the foot. Now squeeze the knees together as much as you can. Once the leg opens, I lose my balance. So give it a little kick and a little reach. A little kick. Air stays by the bicep, a little reach. And then you choose how deep you want to go here. Wherever you go, you're in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step the feet together, sweep your arms up on the inhale, and come to tree pose on your exhale. We're doing a different tree this time. So weight is going to be on the right leg. Usually I don't tell you what to do with your arms. This one is a little bit different, and there's a reason for it. We want to get you a little bit more into your intercostal muscles. The ability to take in life, take in joy, adding the joy into our lives. So pressing that foot, and then right elbow is above the right hip. Now my left hip is going to bow out a little bit here. My left arm is going to come up, and I'm going to reach over. Ground yourself down here. One more breath. We try to take 5. And then come back to center. Nicely done. I'm hoping. And now weight is in the right leg. The left leg reaches up. And press, a little press. Balance can be trickier on one side than the other. And then reach your right arm up. Really important when you're balancing to not have things moving around in front of you. Hopefully if you're practicing with your dog or something, they're settled down by now. There you go. Breath. Two more. Press your hands together above your head. Nice. Forward fold is your exhale. Nice and balanced. Inhale, come up to a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway and jump or step back to plank pose. And then we're going to come to forearm plank and hold for a little while here. So getting everything in a nice line. You can do hip dips if you wish to do hip dips for your obliques. You can step in and out with your feet if you want, or you can bring elbows and knees together. I'm just going to hold forearm plank. We're going to hold for about another 30 seconds. A short one today. I like to rock back and forth. Makes me feel like I'm doing something. This is amazing for your core. Tones every single muscle in your body as long as you smile. Take a breath. Almost there. Probably got about 10 seconds left. They're always long seconds. 1. Lower down. Sphinx pose as your inhale. Look to the left, nod your head. Look to the right, nod your head. Now take your right hand underneath you, pinkies toward the center. Left hand underneath you, let your pinkies touch. Let your chin come to the mat. So breath here, locust pose. Exhale and push up. So spine strengthening. You want the legs to go as high as they can. You're in for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Bend up your legs behind you. Windshield wiper your legs. Straighten the arms underneath you and push up and back to child's pose. Okay, this concludes the first half of your class. Hi, welcome back to part 2 of your 60-minute Vinyasa Flow Class. This is Sari Stone again. So please remember to do part 1 first, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so taking just a moment, you're nice and warm. Come back to downward facing dog to do a quick reset. Here we go. Taking a breath in here, noticing the difference in your body. Notice all the places that have opened up since we worked. And then come onto your toes on an inhale. Step your right leg through on an exhale. Inhale, rise up, high crescent lunge, high crescent lunge. I don't think we've done this one before in this practice. Exhale, twist it open to the right. Now reach with that left elbow. Let's come into a twist. Your spine is nice and warm, your core is centered, you're balanced, you're ready. Take a breath in, pressing the hands in front of the heart, twisting a little deeper. Feel free to drop that knee. So breath, long breath out. Now let's come to runner's lunge, runner's lunge. So your call. A lot of people have been liking this one where you're flat on the back of your left foot, pushing your right knee open or leaning on that right knee with your elbow and just dropping that hip to get that stretch up through the obliques, through the hip flexors. So you're with a breath in here and then a breath out. Inhale the air and then exhale. So go ahead from here. Let's take the quad opener. Give a little kick, a little reach. Maybe grabbing that foot from the outside and twisting into it. Now, if you've got this, we're going to go with what we did last week and just deepen into it a little bit more. You can grab your foot with your right hand underneath you and then take that left arm and put it down on the ground. Left hand is on the ground. Now you can stay here and get the stretch, or balance yourself and kick that leg out. Absurd or pose. You're in for 3. Flexing the toes. 2, 1. Go ahead and close it up. Now sit back on that left foot, as long as this is not problematic for your knee. If it is, tree your legs. Sweep your arms up on an inhale. Twist it open to the right on the exhale. And walk your hands out slowly, slowly. Spider tip your fingers. Maybe come to rest on a block here. So you're in for a deep, deep twist. Deep twist. Breath and breath out. Come back to center on the inhale. Right leg lunge. And sweep that leg up. Now from here, knee to nose. And then inhale, extend it. And then knee to right tricep. And if you can even experiment with hurdler at this point, where you're pushing up and lifting that back leg. Breath in, sweep that right leg up, bend the knee, stack the hip, and flip dog or wild thing just to open that out. Breath and breath out. Go ahead and close it up, downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, and pedal your legs. Sweep your right leg up on the inhale. Step it through. Crescent lunge is going to be your exhale. Come up on the weight of the heel of that left foot, ball that right foot. Separate your feet hip width apart. Come up and then twist it open to the left. Reaching with that arm. Maybe you take a bind here. Maybe you drop to the knee and take your twist with prayer hands, lengthening through your spine. So breath in, sacrum level, breath out. Now from here, drop that knee if it was up and come to the quad opener. Walking the hand back, maybe take the outside of the foot and kick into the leg. Kick into your hand with your foot, sorry. Breath out. Go ahead and sweep. If you want that absurdular pose, you can sweep your left arm under and come onto your right elbow, grabbing that left foot. Now you can stay here, or if you want, tap into your balance and extend your leg out. If you fall, it's not a far fall. You're in for 3, 2, 1, and sit back on your foot. Sweeping the arms up on an inhale, tree the legs if there's any knee pain, and then twisting to the left on the exhale, lengthen. Lengthen through your spine here. Walk your hands out. So take a breath and a breath out. Maybe forearms come to block. Inhale, rotate the spine. Now same thing on your left side. You're going to sweep that left leg up after downward facing dog and knee to left tricep. And if you want, I like to walk my hands back. Hurdler is just chaturanga with your leg over it. Maybe you extend that leg out, maybe not. You're in for 3, 2, 1. Sweep the leg up on the inhale. Bend the knees, stack the hip, open it up, exhale. Reach your heart high, open. Feel that freedom. Breath and breath out. Go ahead and close it up. Downward facing dog is your inhale. Pigeon is your exhale. Right knee to right elbow. Now from here, I'm going to take just a couple breaths before I release, and I'm not going into a deep pigeon right now because we're not done. We're going to do several hip openers. So I'm going to take it a little bit easier and maybe use my block. Possibly, I might roll onto that left side and get a little bit more of an opening before I deepen. And maybe a little bit more of a roll. I walk my foot out and then deepen. Stacking my fist gives my forehead a nice little resting place or a block. You have everything that you need for this pose. So take a big deep inhale. Exhale the air. Inhale. And breath out. So go ahead and push yourself up. Sweep that right leg up and land it downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Notice the difference between your left and right leg. Pick up your left leg now and knee to wrist. Lay it down. And I might stay here for pigeon on this side. What matters is that my hip is feeling it. I'm feeling it in the outer hip. There should be no pain in the knee. If there's ever a need to do this on your back, you do a figure 4 modification on your back. The rest of you can stay in pigeon. Figure 4 modification on your back looks like this. And you pull that leg in. See, it's the same thing. So you're in for 3, wherever you are, 2, 1. Either downward facing dog or have a seat. Then come to a seat if you were in downward facing dog. We're going to cradle the baby. Bringing that right knee in, and maybe you cradle Give it a little rock, give it a little love. This baby I'm feeling close with on my left side, I'm going to social distance my foot. As my hip is tighter on that side today. And this is part of why I love yoga so much. Yoga teaches us, roll onto your right hip, to meet our inflexibility with kindness and compassion instead of judgment. And then hopefully this carries over into our lives. When we come across inflexible, stubborn people that are very locked into their own belief system and not open about things, we meet them with kindness and compassion, and we don't let them define who we are. Just a thought. Breath, and we've got plenty of opportunity to practice that these past few months. Heron pose, leg up. And reach through that leg. Reside in your body, not your thinking right now. So stretching through this Achilles. Some of you might even bring the leg in a little bit closer. Totally okay. We want a big long stretch. My left knee is pressing down and my foot is flexed. This is standing big toe hold, if you noticed. We do this standing up. Now from here, you can stay here, or you can take Jane Fonda pose where your fingers, these fingers are around the big toe, and I roll out. Sorry about getting a perm wig for this occasion, but after seeing pictures of myself in the 80s, decided to pass. Breath in, was a bad look for me, breath out. And then come back to center. Now here you go. You can stay here, okay? You can also go here where you're working on getting that bind. Maybe you're binding 2 fingers, maybe you're binding with a strap. You can extend the leg up. From here, you can also work on bound angle pose and arm balance. So this hand is down, this hand is down. I'm pressing with my fingers, pulling up through my palm. Now I can stay here. My teacher crosses his leg under. I cannot do that. I cross my left leg over, and that's totally okay. Then I take my weight into my hands, like a little monkey, and then I extend my legs out. So I'm in for 3, 2, 1. Ashtavakrasana, there you go. Wide-legged forward fold after that, baby. And I notice the difference between my right leg and my left leg. My right leg is like so happy right now. My left leg is just waiting for dessert. So I'm gonna give it a little hug. This hip is tighter for me. I have a tighter side too. So a little social distance, a little mask on the foot and feet. Just a joke. Breath in. My husband calls it unsocial distancing, so maybe he's right. Breath out. And then roll out to the side. Remembering, we can't be instruments of joy in the world unless we can be joyful ourselves. We have to allow ourselves to be joyful, even in the midst of these times. Not to say that we're numb or acting like things are not happening in the world that could be upsetting, but to keep in mind that we want to be filled with love and joy as much as possible if that's what we want to see more of in the world. Okay, now from here, Jane Fonda on this side, left peace fingers around the left toes, extend it out, roll out, get an opening. Not like the most intense stretch, but just something that feels good right now. And you're in for 3, 2, 1. Watch this stance because we're going to do it standing up. Okay, come back to center. And then from here, you can stay here. You can take the bind if you want to take the bind and extend the leg out. Or you can come to the arm balance, in which case the arms would be down, the foot would be hooked either top or bottom, and then you push forward and extend your legs out. So you try, just what we did on the other side. Ashtavakra, bound angle pose. You're in for 3, 2, and 1. Another very, very wide-legged straddle. This time you're going to reach your arms up, straddle stretch to the right. Grab that foot. You can even place a block after your foot and bind onto that and fold forward. Getting that cheek as close to the knee as you can, pressing that left knee down. And then come back to center, other side, reach the arms up on the inhale, over to the left on your exhale. And fold. Breathe as though you know your life is going to be okay. Because it is. Breath. Breath out. Come back to center on the inhale. Soles of the feet together. Supta Baddha Konasana. Legs seated. A little side to side rock. Shoulders up and down out of the ears. Pressing the outside of the feet together. Encouraging an opening. 4 breaths. Now from here, feet separate, come to frog pose. We're going to come to frog, a little side to side, and then straighten the legs, coming to gorilla pose. So back of the hands on the mat, toes are up by wrists, and straighten the arms in the inhale. Deep forward flexion on the exhale. Inhale, come up halfway. And exhale, forward fold. Now cross your arms. Right hand in front of left shin. Left arm in front of right. Grab the ankles, bend the elbows, and open it up to the left. Eventually, chest is going to be rotated toward the ceiling. You're in for 3, 2, and 1. Halfway lift as your inhale. Left hand to right ankle, right hand over, bend the elbows to the right. And rotate towards the ceiling. Eventually my torso will be parallel. Breath in and breath out. Release, come up halfway. Cross your legs and have a seat. Have a seat. Legs are out in front of you. And forward fold as your exhale. Now you have options for back bends here. You can stand up and do Ustrasana, which is hands on your back. You can do that against a wall if you want. We're going to start with a supported bridge pose. Taking the block, placing it horizontally underneath your sacrum. And just pick up your bottom and find that space. Looking up and only up. Now for this one, we're going to extend the legs out. And this gives you that stretch while your back is supported across the front of the body, the hip flexors, reaching your arms up. Can give you a little bit more here. If this is too intense, that's why the block has so many settings. But you can use something else, just with a lower setting, just reaching. Getting that big stretch. Grounding the body down. And from here, place the soles of the feet together. Toes are a little bit closer together than heels. Now you can come to wheel if you choose, or another set of bridge, all cue wheel. Hands are on the outside of the ears, toes are close, as if I could keep a block between my knees. Matter of fact, I will, just so I don't cheat myself. So breath, I won't know if you cheat, but you write tomorrow. We want to keep that core engaged. On the inhale, you're going to press up to the crown of the head, reposition the hands, and then press up. Hold your bridge. I'm going to come out of it to cue you. And then 3 lion's breaths. Cross your eyes, tongue out. So breath in, breathe out, cross the eyes. Breath in. Exhale, tongue to chin, cross the eyes. 3rd breath. And exhale. So tuck and lower down very, very slowly. Remove your block. So knees together, feet are apart, windshield wiper your legs, and drop your knees over to the left. Pick up your left foot, put it on top of your right knee, and cactus your arms. Take residence in your breath. Stay in your body. Stay out of the mind, just for a little while longer. Bring your focus to your breath, and to any places in your body that have a need to fidget or have a little tension. Come back to center, windshield wiper your legs, and then drop the knees over to the right. Pick up your right ankle, put it on top of the left leg, cactus the arms, and look gently over to the left. Just shift your gaze. We're coming up on the longest day of the year, and that's a lot of what we call V-on energy. It's energy that's out. So we want to make sure that we balance that with bringing Samana energy in, where we pull our energy in a little bit. Coming back to center on the inhale, bringing your knees into your chest, taking a little wrap around your sacrum. Maybe once to the right, once to the left. Plow pose. You can take your hands underneath, or you can pick your legs up. Now you can stay here. You can place a block under your sacrum for legs up the wall, or if you choose, you can push up with the assistance of your hands, or possibly not. Block away for plow. This is a wonderful immune builder and thyroid stimulator. You want to stay, even though you're very, very constricted, stay for at least 3 good breaths. Then legs come up on the inhale, or roll yourself down gently and come to happy baby or dead bugs pose. So a little side to side. Roll over onto your left side and set yourself up for this one. Grab your left leg with your right hand from the inside, like dancer. We did a lot of prep for this. Left arm comes out, I'm picking up my shoulders and just rolling it over. Now I can let go of this foot, and that's fine. I can also choose to grab the outside edge of my right foot my left hand and come to pretzel pose. I'm going to stay here. This is a wonderful pose to reset the lordotic curve of your spine, and women more than men usually have a very pronounced lordotic curve, which creates some instability in the spine. We want to be careful to ground ourselves and reset. So we're in for 3 more. Release and come back to center. And then roll over onto your right side. Bend up your right knee, the bottom one. Grab it with your top hand from the inside and then roll onto your back and let go of the foot. You can stay here. It doesn't matter what happens to the top leg. If you want to grab the top leg with your right hand, you can. For pretzel pose, you don't have to. I'm going to stay right here. Grounding down. One of the hormones that, the brain chemicals that yoga enhances is GABA. And that helps with sleep, it helps with resetting, it helps with mood. You're in for 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees into your chest. Rock and roll a few times to come up the length of your spine. And then extend your legs long out in front of you. Reach back, grab a little cheek, reach up with your hands on the inhale, and forward fold is your exhale again. Paschimottanasana. You can stay here, or if you want, you can bend all the way forward for a deeper flexion, up to you. I'm going to stay right here. This will be more supportive of low back. Bring your right leg in to your hip. Sweep your left leg around behind. Left arm comes up on the inhale, and right arm comes around behind. Maybe you grab your toe, lengthening. And this is a good pose to do for calm focus. If you have more work to be done throughout the day, don't do it right before bed, because you'll be calm and focused and you'll solve all the world's problems. So it's alert. And let's switch it out. Extend your right leg out. Left leg comes up. Right leg comes around behind. Modify as needed. Remember, there should be never any knee pain. This leg can totally be down. I'm going to sweep my right arm up and take a deep twist. My left hand is going to come around. Maybe it grabs my toe, maybe not. It's okay. It might not be the right day to grab your toe. There's many more important things in your life than grabbing your toe or getting this pose. Just take a deep seated twist. Long through the neck. At this point, we're taking personal ownership of our practice. You're in for 3 and 2 and 1. Go ahead to rotate your spine, extend your legs long out in front of you, and roll back very, very slowly, 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 and come to your Shavasana. And I'm going to say one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly for this one. So let yourself relax deeply in this pose. And for this class, I'm going to ask you to tap into something that you're very, very grateful for. I wish I knew you. I don't know you, and I can't see you, but I bet there's something. It could be a partner. It could be that you're able to come to your mat today. It could be a loving animal. Maybe the sun is out. You have a job. What gets you out of bed in the morning? What's your reason? into that deep, deep gratitude. What makes you happy in your heart? You know, you can't really purge your thinking and purge your thoughts. But what you can do is let go of your reliance on your thoughts. And go a little bit behind and ask yourself, who's thinking the thoughts? Feeling yourself filled with this deep sense of peace, this deep sense of gratitude. We can't help but share it. We can't help but emanate it out into the world. Life is precious. Slowly start to deepen your breath. Body. Bring movements to fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Feel the movement, feel the difference in your body. And when you're ready, take a big deep breath and a big stretch. Just like an animal does. Stretch that resets you. And then roll over to your right or left side for this practice. Push yourself up to a seated position. Place your hands in front of your heart, thumbs to third eye center. We bow to the divinity in all experiences and in all living things, and that place that connects all of it, the web. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your practice and taking your time to practice yoga with me today. I will see you next week. Have a wonderful week. Namaste.